guys. Paul Sackis, Good News Broadcast, speaking to Butch Britton. Hi, Butch. How are you?
I'm great.
Good.
Glad to be with you. Thanks for having us.
Good speaking with you. You're the CEO of ING's U.S. Insurance Division. A lot of responsibility there. Good company. Congratulations. We're going to talk, and as a result of being a good company, your company's concern and interest that people aren't really, I guess it says here, past 2 decades, the number of American households in America without life insurance has increased by 103%. 68 million Americans. That's a fairly sizable number. And so you have some good thoughts on how people and what people should be doing in this regard. What are those?
There's a lot of statistics out. There's probably the one organization that collects the most is LIMRA. And LIMRA has some interesting numbers around household ownership of individual life insurance. And it's about 50% of the American public have no individual life insurance. And they do lots of surveys around want to buy life insurance. And when people are asked, about 44% of people say they want to buy, they don't have enough insurance. So there's a gigantic marketplace of people don't have the right amount of protection needed but aren't buying, and there's lots of reasons. I think one of the bigger reasons is that it's an out of thought, out of mind transaction in many cases. People don't wake up in the morning and say, I'm going to go buy myself some life insurance today. So there's an educational piece that's sometimes missing in the buying opportunity. There's people don't understand typically life insurance. They need education. That they don't particularly know how much to buy. There's all those questions, and for many years, the traditional agents supplied a lot of that information, great planning, and helping people, ferret through the complexities. But we've made life insurance very inexpensive. $250,000 of life insurance could cost you about $20 a month at age 35 for a non-smoker, so it's not an expensive transaction. And at the same time, as we're linking up and encouraging people to speak to an agent, we're also creating a lot of new tools that will make it easier for people to learn about life insurance. We've created a new website called INGFORELIFE.com, INGforlife.com, and we created it as an educational tool for potential customers of ours. It's a site that's interactive. A person walks on your computer screen and starts to talk to you. They teach you all about different kinds of life insurance, and we have some great life insurance concepts today. We have level term for 10, 15, 20, and 30 years. We have term insurance policies which offer return of premium at the end of the term. We have great universal life. So it explains those products to you. It also has some links to Life Foundation where you can learn more about why you need life insurance. It has a great tool in it that will guide you through a little planning discussion around how much life insurance you need. It'll ask you questions like, are you married? Do you have children? Do you have education requirements? And it'll help you get to a number that you need. And then if you want, it'll actually quote you a price for what that life insurance coverage would cost you. At that point, you can decide if you want to shop around more or if you'd like to buy. You can certainly do that. When you finish the website, you have a much better understanding of what life insurance, how it's used, what it's for, and how you can buy it, and how much it would cost you, and how much you need. So we think it's a great start towards reaching that multitude of people who are underinsured and would be in a devastating situation if they did not have some kind of protection for their family.
I love this opening here, Butch. I'm looking at the website here right now. This is quite cool. You put your cursor over the person, click and choose an individual who best represents you, okay? Click on if you are under 40, a male and a female, and click on a male or a female if you're over 40. That's kind of a novel way to...
What we're trying to do is have you
feel comfortable.
You're trying to feel comfortable, and you'll build your family profile. You'll also pick your children. On the road we've tried to make it as absolutely user-friendly and simple as possible because we really do believe that people want to be educated first. People don't just want to buy something. They want to know what it is and why they need it.
I agree with you, and I see you're doing it in an interesting way and an informative way. And it's like the professor that just gets up there and just talks, but in about 5 minutes you're falling asleep.
Absolutely.
That's not the way to go. With some concerns that people have now, financial concerns and the volatility of the marketplace to a degree, even though today's forecast, we're on the 16th of September today, people are starting to say, things are starting to come back a little bit here. Is insurance an area that people say, well, maybe I can wait a little bit on it, and is that possibly the wrong decision?
It's absolutely the wrong decision, because waiting creates a number of problems for you. First off, waiting, none of us wake up in the morning and say, I think I'm going to go die today. That's just not a thought that comes in your mind, and particularly those of us that are very healthy don't think that.
Right.
So, but nothing prevents someone from having an accident, and unfortunately, if you don't have life insurance protection, it's too late at that point. And the second thing is that while you're healthy, and the more healthy you are, coverage is. So by buying life insurance today, particularly term life insurance, if you're young and you're looking for inexpensive coverage, you lock in a low cost. And not only do you lock in a low cost, you lock in something called a conversion privilege, which means anywhere down the road, if you decide that you wanted to move over and have a cash value policy that has a cash component that lets you accumulate money, tax deferred, and get a tax-free death benefit there, you get to do it without providing evidence of insurability again. You carry your same classification from one policy to the other. All kinds of good reasons on why not to wait. Plus, the older you get, the more expensive the coverage gets. So it's a guaranteed level for a period of time.
And it's the responsible thing to do. In addition, if you have family, or you want to leave your close people around you in a good way, it's an important thing to do.
We had an interesting speaker in the industry once who said that you sold death insurance, and his comeback was, "No, I sell love notes."
It's very true.
If you love someone, you ought to, even if it's your business you love. Life insurance is a great tool in the business situation.
Well, here's an interesting thought. It's because especially if you're sort of overseeing the business, right? This gives some more potential stability, right? Because there's going to be some fallout if you're not there, right?
Either that, or you have a business partner where you do buy-sell, which if one business partner were to die, unfortunately, the other person would have the money to buy his partner out. So there's just so many ways life insurance is there, and that's why it's so important in those situations to get a really good professional life insurance agent who can add a tremendous amount of value in that process of planning.
I think another, you mentioned it, but maybe explain a little bit how the cash value, insurance is a wonderful way to retire with.
Yes. Yeah, if you look at that, we sell a number of different universal life policies, but there are a couple of them that are cash accumulation. One is a fixed account universal life that carries a fixed interest rate credit, and since the money goes into the policy, an insurance cost is subtracted out of it, and the balance goes into the cash value, and then that cash value grows at a fixed interest rate, and right now that rate's well over 4.5%, and depending on products you go into, and at some point in the future, when insurance may not be as important anymore, have access to that cash value for retirement needs, for emergencies. So you've got a cash fund that's easily accessible, say for example through a policy loan or through a withdrawal. We also sell a variable universal life contract, which essentially is a very similar product, but the funds there are invested in equities and mutual funds. So you're actually doing your investing inside of your life insurance policy. And the attractive part of doing that is that 1099 you get every year because you got your money invested in a mutual fund. When it's inside of this life insurance policy, you get no taxes currently. So you've deferred the payment of the taxes until you actually try to take that money. And if you keep the policy till death, you never pay taxes. It's income tax free.
There you go. And one win I think is realistic is that start young. Right? Because if you put away $1,000, I call it putting it away, $1,000 or $1,500 starting when you're 20s, right? Early 20s. By the time you're 65, you are a wealthy person.
You're a very wealthy person, and the most valuable piece about that is if you do it in this life insurance contract, you accomplish two things. You meet two goals. Package your family the whole way there, so that if you were to die, you've got them taken care of as if you'd saved till you were 65. And then and you start out at an age where the premium cost is very low. You've locked it in, and at the end of that period, you've got a cash fund that's very attractive, and it's been tax protected all the way up to that point. It's a great tool for an American, even no matter what your income is. It's a great tool to both protect and accumulate wealth.
In essence, it's savings.
Yes.
And savings is the key for stability as you get older. If you have a couple bucks, especially even now in today's days, the people that have put away some savings, don't take as much pressure on their backs as for somebody that hasn't, right?
That's absolutely right.
You know, but right now, people with cash, they say, so people wonder, so how did they have that cash? Because they saved it. It's good stuff. Anything else we want to share, Mr. Britton?
No, I think that's all. I appreciate you having us on the show, and if there's questions, follow-ups, we'd love to chat with you again.
Okay, I love it as well. Butch, thank you very much, and congratulations on sharing a lot of good news.
Great, thank you.
Take care. Bye-bye.